Maya thought she rescued a stray puppy. But as it grew, so did the mystery. What she found was not just wild, it was illegal to keep, and deeply dangerous. Maya always walked the long way home from school, through the narrow forest trail that connected to her backyard. Most kids avoided it, too muddy, too lonely, too full of weird animal sounds. But Maya loved the quiet. It helped her think. That day, the sky was gray and thick with clouds. The air was heavy. A storm was coming. She pulled her hoodie tighter and stepped over puddles, her boots sinking slightly in the wet earth. Then she heard it, a soft whimper. High-pitched. Weak. She stopped. The sound came again, just off the trail. Maya turned and saw something huddled under a bush. A tiny shape, soaking wet, shivering hard. Her heart jumped. A puppy, she whispered, crouching low. It looked small, maybe 5 or 6 weeks old. Spotted fur, short tail, big ears. Mud covered its body, and it had a thin scratch across its leg. Maya's heart broke. "Where's your mom?" she asked gently, but the creature only stared at her, eyes golden and wide. She took off her jacket, wrapped it up carefully, and held it close to her chest. It didn't resist. Just trembled quietly. Maya walked the rest of the way home faster than ever. Her parents had flown out that morning to attend her aunt's surgery across the state. Maya was alone for the week, with just a list of chores and frozen dinners to get through. She brought the creature into the laundry room and placed it gently in a basket lined with towels. Then, she heated up some chicken broth, let it cool, and slowly spooned it into a tiny bowl. The cub sniffed it, then started drinking hungrily. "Poor thing," she murmured, stroking its damp fur. "I'll take care of you." She named it Shadow, for the way it moved, quiet and quick, and those deep golden eyes that seemed to hold secrets. Over the next few days, Maya stayed close to home. She skipped hanging out with friends, rushed through homework, and spent most of her time caring for Shadow. He healed quickly. His scratch disappeared. His legs grew strong. His coat thickened and became beautifully patterned, light brown with dark spots. His ears twitched with every sound. And he never barked. He hissed. He growled low when surprised. He didn't wag his tail, he flicked it. But Maya didn't notice right away. Love can make you blind. She built him a cozy bed inside her closet, hidden behind a row of old coats. She played soft music when he slept. He began to follow her around the house. His favorite spot was by her window, watching the wind move the trees. She thought it was cute. But things started getting strange. One night, Maya woke up to a crash downstairs. She grabbed her flashlight and crept down. Her heart pounded in her chest. In the kitchen, she froze. Shadow had climbed onto the counter. Shards of a broken glass lay scattered on the floor. He was crouched low, eyes glowing in the dark, like a little jungle cat. "Maya?" a voice called from the hallway. Her neighbor, old Mrs. Tilda, stood at the back door. She had seen the kitchen light flick on. "Is everything all right?" Maya stammered. "Why yeah. Just the cat. Knocked something over." Mrs. Tilda squinted through the window. "That's a cat." Maya nodded quickly, pushing Shadow out of sight. "Just a rescue. He's shy." The old woman narrowed her eyes but didn't say more. As soon as she left, Maya shut the lights and sat on the floor. Shadow came to her, curling at her feet. "You scared me," she whispered, rubbing his head. "You're acting different." The next day, she Googled. Just out of curiosity. How to tell if your kitten is actually a wild animal. She clicked through images. Her fingers froze on the screen. Short tail. Spotted fur. Sharp triangular ears with black tufts. Golden eyes. Bobcat cub. Her stomach dropped. She looked over at Shadow, now lying lazily in the sun, licking his paw. "No," she whispered. "It can't be." But deep down, she knew. For hours, Maya paced her room. She couldn't tell anyone. Wildlife laws were strict. Keeping a bobcat was illegal, dangerous even. They'd take him away. Put him in a cage. Or worse. But how could she let go of the creature who had slept by her bed? The one who purred softly when she played the piano? The one who trusted her? He was family now. "I'll keep you safe," she promised. "No one will find out." And for a while, no one did. But secrets don't stay buried forever. One afternoon, a group of local kids played ball near Maya's yard. The ball flew over her fence. Tommy, the loudest of them all, climbed over to fetch it. He landed with a thud, and froze. Inside the glass sliding door, Shadow stood watching him. His body low, tail flicking. Not like a cat. Not like a dog. Like something wilder. Tommy didn't say a word. He grabbed the ball and ran back. The next day, Maya saw two strange men walking near her lawn. They wore green uniforms and carried tranquilizer guns. Wildlife control. The knock on the door was firm. Too firm. Maya peeked through the curtain and saw two wildlife officers standing on her porch. One had a clipboard. The other had a calm but serious face. "Afternoon, miss," said the taller one when she opened the door slightly. "We got a report from your neighbors. They say you might be housing a wild animal." Maya forced a smile. "Oh, that's a mistake. I have a rescue cat. He's just a little different looking." The officer with the clipboard raised an eyebrow. "Mind if we take a look?" Her heart started pounding. "I'm actually not feeling well right now," she said quickly. "Could you come back tomorrow?" The officers exchanged glances. One of them stepped off the porch and scanned the backyard. The other nodded politely but firmly. "We'll be back." As soon as they left, Maya locked the door and ran to her room. Shadow was hiding under the bed. He always sensed tension, and now his ears were flattened, his tail twitching. She dropped to her knees. "We have to hide you," she whispered. "Far away. Just for a little while." That evening, Maya packed a duffel bag with raw chicken, a water bowl, blankets, and Shadow's favorite toy, an old glove he loved to swat. She waited until after dark, then slipped out through the back gate with Shadow tucked inside a pet carrier. It barely closed now, he had grown strong and muscular. Maya knew the woods better than anyone in the neighborhood. She took a narrow path through the pine trees, away from the houses, heading toward the old ranger's cabin. It hadn't been used in years. Inside, the place was dusty and abandoned. Perfect. She made a small nest in one corner and gently let Shadow out. He sniffed the space and slowly began to relax, curling up in a patch of moonlight. "You'll be safe here," she said. "Just for a few days." She didn't sleep much that night. Every crack of a twig outside made her flinch. But Shadow slept like a baby. The next day at school, she could barely focus. Her thoughts kept drifting to Shadow. What if someone followed her? What if he ran off? What if a predator got him? At lunch, her friend Lily leaned over. "You okay? You look like you've seen a ghost." Maya hesitated, then forced a laugh. "Didn't sleep well." That evening, she slipped back into the woods. When she reached the cabin, her heart sank. The door was open. She ran inside. Shadow. Then she heard it, a low growl behind her. She turned around, and there he was. Standing tall, alert, his body low and ready to pounce. "Maya," she said out loud, "you're keeping a wild animal in a cabin in the woods. What are you doing?" Shadow relaxed when he saw her. He patted over and rubbed against her leg, just like he used to. That night, she sat beside him, feeding him strips of chicken, whispering stories, petting his thick fur. But the feeling in her chest was heavy. He didn't belong here. Not really. He was getting stronger, wilder. And more dangerous. The next morning, when she returned home, her parents had called. "We're flying back tomorrow," her mom said over the phone. "Is everything all right?" "Yeah," Maya said softly. "Everything's fine." But it wasn't. She hadn't told them anything. She couldn't. Later that day, the same wildlife officers returned. This time with someone else, a ranger named Cole. Older. Wiser looking. Kind eyes, but firm voice. "We've had multiple reports," he said. Some kids, a neighbor, even a hiker who heard something unusual in the woods. Maya tried to play dumb. "I'm just a kid," she said. "I don't even go into the woods." Cole looked her in the eyes. "Look, if you found a bobcat cub and kept it, I understand. But wild animals grow up. They become unpredictable. Sometimes dangerous." Her mouth felt dry. Her heart hammered. "There are laws," he continued. "Not to punish you. To protect both you and the animal." She didn't answer. Cole sighed. "We'll give it another day. After that, we have to investigate more directly." That night, Maya returned to the cabin with a heavy heart. Shadow ran up to her as always, his paws light on the wooden floor. But something had changed. She sat with him, watching him stretch his limbs, powerful now. His muscles twitched beneath his fur. His eyes gleamed brighter than ever. He moved like a hunter, not a pet. "Maybe you were never mine to keep," she whispered. Shadow licked her hand. She cried quietly. Then she made a decision. The next morning, Maya called the ranger station. Her voice trembled, but she got the words out. "I need to talk to Cole." 10 minutes later, his voice came on the line. "I'm ready to tell the truth," she said. Cole didn't sound angry. Just calm. "We'll come gently. And we'll bring him somewhere safe." When the truck arrived near the forest edge, Maya was already waiting. She held the carrier in her lap. Shadow was inside, calm but watchful. Cole approached her slowly. "You did the right thing." "It doesn't feel like it," Maya said. "It feels like I'm giving up my best friend." Cole crouched beside her. "Sometimes love means letting go." She looked down. "Will he be okay?" "We'll take him to the wildlife rehab center. He'll be with professionals. He'll learn how to hunt, to survive. And if all goes well, we'll release him back into the wild where he belongs." Maya nodded, holding back tears. Before handing him over, she opened the carrier one last time and looked into Shadow's golden eyes. "I'll always love you," she whispered. He blinked slowly. Then she let him go. The house felt different after Shadow was gone. Quiet, but not the good kind. It was the kind of silence that echoed too loudly in the walls. Maya kept expecting to hear soft paws patting across the floor, a gentle growl from under her bed, or claws scratching the edge of her door. But there was nothing. Her parents came home the next day, cheerful and tired. Maya smiled, answered their questions, told them she'd just been doing homework and watching movies. They never knew the truth. At least, not then. A week passed. Then 2. Then a month. Maya often found herself standing at the edge of the forest, looking toward the trees. She didn't go back to the cabin. She knew it was empty now. Still, something inside her kept hoping. Every night, before bed, she'd whisper, "Good night, Shadow," and press her hand to the window. Then, one afternoon, a letter came. The envelope was thick, cream-colored, and had the state wildlife seal in the corner. She tore it open, her hands shaking. It was from Ranger Cole. "Maya. Shadow is doing well. He's strong, healthy, and adapting beautifully. We're preparing him for a full release next month. We couldn't have saved him without your care. Most bobcat cubs separated from their mothers don't survive. But because of you, he did. We thought you'd want to know. Every morning, he waits at the fence before breakfast, looking toward the tree line. I think he still remembers you. Cole." Maya cried for a long time. Not from sadness this time, but from something else. Peace. That weekend, Cole invited her to visit the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. Her parents agreed, thinking it was just a school project. They had no idea how important the visit really was. The center was huge, open fields, fenced woods, shaded enclosures. Birds chirped. Deer grazed calmly in the distance. Cole met her at the gate. "I thought you might want to see him, one last time." Maya's heart raced. "Can I?" He nodded. From a distance. No touching, no speaking. "He's wild now. That's what we want." They walked along a quiet gravel path. At the far end of a tall enclosure was a wide clearing with logs, rocks, and open space. There, lying in the sun, was Shadow. He looked bigger now. Stronger. Wiser. But when he lifted his head, his golden eyes locked on hers. And for a second, just a heartbeat, it felt like time stood still. He stared. She didn't wave. She didn't call his name. She just smiled. He blinked once. Then turned and padded away into the trees. Maya's chest ached, but she felt proud. Shadow wasn't hers anymore. He belonged to the forest. To the wind. To freedom. 2 months later, Shadow was released back into the wild. Maya didn't go to watch. She thought it would hurt too much. But Cole sent her one last update. "We released him at dawn." He paused at the tree line, looked back once, then disappeared into the mountains. "He's where he belongs now. You gave him that." Years passed. Maya grew up. Finished high school. Started college, studying wildlife biology. She wanted to work with animals. To protect them. To understand them. All because of one secret cub she once hid in her closet. Every now and then, she'd return to the old trail through the forest. The one she walked home from school, long ago. She'd sit on a log. Wait. Listen to the wind. And sometimes, just sometimes, she swore she saw movement in the shadows. A flash of spotted fur. 2 golden eyes. Watching. Not too close. But not too far either. As if to say, "I remember you." And Maya would smile and whisper back, "I remember you too."